fellow romance readers, I'm Amy.
And I'm Sarah, and this is Post-Book Depression. You know that feeling you get when you finish a good book that you didn't want to end?
Have you finished a book and just weren't ready to move on from the story and its beloved characters? You find yourself needing just a little more? This multi-trope romance podcast gives you the opportunity to dig deeper with us into books we love as we discuss all the reasons we can't move on.
Feeling chatty? You can continue the conversation with us on Instagram at Post-Book Depression Podcast or on Facebook in our Post-Book Depression discussion group.
We would be so grateful if you would subscribe to our podcast and take a moment to leave a review.
Are you ready? Let's discuss.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Amy.
And I'm Sarah.
Today we are doing another mini episode, and today we're going to chat about some books that we feel like are worth rereading or books that we've read multiple times.
Yes.
I've been known to finish a book and then turn around and immediately reread it. Right after. If I love it enough, I will read a book back to back sometimes. I don't do it very often, but I have done it.
She has. She does it for me.
I do.
She'll recommend a book and she's like, I'll read it with you.
There were a number of books that I read a second time when you and I started reading books together. In fact, that whole year I was reading books again. And I had the best time though, because we had the best discussions.
You and I are so different. So I'm like, no, I won't. There's other authors out there, but enjoy.
But that made it fun for me because then we got to talk about them.
That is true.
And I didn't have anyone to talk about them the first time I read them.
That's true. That is true.
Kick us off with one of yours.
Okay, I have categories for mine.
Oh, I love that. You're so organized.
Not really. There's just two.
Okay.
I have
two categories.
I have two sets. Okay. I have the ones that I have reread for the angst and more. And then others that I read for comfort or humor.
It's just interesting you say that because there are many books that you won't reread because they're too angsty.
I know, but these are exceptions.
These are
the cream of the crop.
Angst.
These are new. I'm still devastated and counting down. Can't say it because spoiler alert, but you will know. And our friends will know.
Okay.
Why.
Okay.
So I'll lead with that one. Okay, so the one that I'm referring to is The Ribbon Duet by Pepper Winters.
Oh, yes. I have read that twice. And you made fun of me for reading it a second time.
But I read it a second time. You've read it 3 times.
No, I've read it twice.
I didn't make fun of you the second time because we read it No, that's a lie. I reread it because we had an interview.
Yes.
That's right. And I did, but you reread it not that long before I reread it. And I said, why?
I read it after.
Oh, yeah.
After you.
Okay.
Yes, you had an interview and you had to reread it. Yeah. And that motivated me to want to reread it.
And I said,
so I did.
Why? Why? Which you were a good friend because you read that with one of our friends.
Yes.
Anyway.
It's a heavy one. It's favorite.
Heavy?
It is my favorite story of all time. Period.
Yes. I was comparing it to another of our favorite, but yes, I think so. It's remarkable. And it should be reread. Yes. It should. Let me preface this by saying there's a couple of reasons why I will and will not reread books.
Okay.
I will reread a book if it impacted me in a profound way. And if I really feel like that is something I cannot get out of my head. However, when I choose to reread, I like there to be time. And for me, most of the time I need 5 years to have passed. Mm-hmm. Not 2, not 3. So I've kind of broken out of what I would normally do with some of these stories since I have met you and gone on this reading journey. I've read them closer together.
Which is interesting that you say that because you've also said if a book is so impactful to you, you don't want to reread it because you don't want to change your perception of your first read.
Sometimes.
Okay.
I'm
complicated next to your...
I'm very complicated, Amy.
But I know this about you.
Person. And I don't want to reread because of that reason. That was the part where I don't like to reread them. However, I also don't like to because, in addition to that, I needed to stay where it was at and what I was feeling. I don't like to reread them because there's so many other books out there and authors out there that I'm just hungry for what's next. And I have all these points. I have all these, like...
She has a whole, like, dissertation on why she will or won't.
But I also, you know this about me, I have a really good memory.
Yes, you do.
So I don't forget things very much.
And I'm complete opposite.
And if a book really... Now, there's some books I'm like, that's not going to stay with me. I read that last month. I'm like, no. But if you start talking to me about it, then I could probably tell you almost... So it's hard because not enough time has ever really passed for me. That's why I say 5 years. It's got to be a significant. And even then, if it really impacted me...
To me, like I remember how books
reaction.
Made me feel. And I forget all the little details until I'm reading it again. I'm like, oh, yes, I remember that. I remember that. I remember more the feeling of the book and the feelings I had when I finished the book. And that's what draws me to want to read it again.
I can remember what the lighting is like in my rooms.
Wow, okay.
Like when the sun is shining through, when it's night. I can remember what I'm wearing sometimes.
Wow.
Like when I read it, I remember what I wore the first day of my senior year of high school. I remember what I wore the first day of first grade. So,
my memory has gone downhill, I'll say. Once I hit 40, even late 30s.
Yeah.
I feel like, because I used to remember details like that.
It's just, it stays so fresh on my mind that it just, I want to know what else is new. Anyway, enough about that.
My most reread book, and I've read this one 4 times, is Devious Lies by Parker S. Huntington.
That's a good book.
I've read it 4 times. It's my go-to get me out of a book slump book.
That's a good one.
And it's a genuine enemies to lovers. I say genuine because a lot of them are more like Grumpy Sunshine and people categorize them as enemies to lovers. But this one is, he legitimately hates her.
Yeah.
And
rightfully so, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's an age gap story about a young woman who grew up in a privileged, wealthy home. She sets out on her own, and she can't stand her mom, basically, is why she's on her own. And she's trying to start her own life. She gets an internship in this hotel chain that is owned by the brother of her best friend, who genuinely hates her for misconceptions that he has about her, basically. And this is the one story where I don't mind the miscommunication trope because it adds to the animosity and the angst in a way that spurs on his hatred for her.
Right.
Because of that, when he learns the truth and about his misconceptions, you see a totally different side of him, and I'm here for it. Yeah, 4 times. I love this book.
It's a good one.
It's very long, too. It's like 700 pages.
Mm-hmm. But it's really good.
Yeah.
The Ravenhood series by Kate Stewart.
Yeah, I've done that one twice.
Yeah.
I read it once, and I listened to it on an audiobook, and highly recommend the audiobook for that. It's fantastic.
I've read it twice.
It's so good.
I probably won't read it again because it needs to stay, but I love it. It's one worth rereading.
Yes, it is. I'll say the Jack and Jill trilogy. That we've talked about on the show many times. I've read this one 3 times. This is one that I finished and immediately started over. And then I also read it with you. So I read it 3 times. And maybe I had another friend that was reading it. And it was so good. I would recommend it. You, I think, have some time that you would want between it.
Yeah.
I would say most Jennifer Hartman books I've read twice or would definitely read again.
I have read Lotus 3 times. She's one on my list.
Okay. Yeah, and that's a good one.
That is my favorite Jennifer Hartman book. I just love that story.
It is a good one.
And
it has humor too.
I was scared going into that because of the content.
Yeah.
But it's not heavy like you think.
And
it's
very funny, actually.
It's very funny. It's my favorite.
I do like that one.
Hands down.
If I had to narrow down my top book of hers that I would want to reread or have reread, oh, friend, that's hard. I'm not sure.
I couldn't pick one, but I couldn't pick out of her others. Lotus will always be my favorite, but all of her others, it's just hard.
I did Catch the Sun twice, and I would read that one again. Yeah, that was a 5-star for me. That was so good.
Most of her books are 5-star. Let's just be honest.
That's true. That's true. All right, here's one that I have read twice and would definitely read again. Fighting Absolution by Kate McCarthy. This is a military romance. I knew you liked it. This is a military romance about a young girl who befriends a neighbor boy behind the fence in her yard until suddenly he's no longer there. And then years later, she joins the army, hoping it will give her a purpose. And she doesn't expect the best friend from her past to reappear in the dusty plains of war. Oh, this was such a gripping story. I love a good childhood friends to lovers
I do
story.
too.
I love a good second chance romance. I love a good military story. And this has all three of those elements. So stinking good. Oh, it's so good.
Good. So good. Okay, I have 2 more on the angst side. I haven't done my humor side. Are you going to allow me that in a minute?
I will absolutely allow that. We have to make up for all the drama.
Okay, I just had some that I'm like, these are really good, which is so funny because I don't reread much. I have not reread these 2 in the angst, but I do feel like they are worth rereading or worth reading.
Okay.
Okay? Till I Reach You by Larissa Padilla.
Oh, that was a good one.
This is the second one that she had written from the first one.
Yeah, we covered the first one on the podcast.
Yes. I loved both of them, both 5 stars. This one was my favorite.
Okay.
Love it.
Would you reread both?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one I learned a lot about myself when I read it. I just really loved. She's such a phenomenal author. I can't wait to see everything that she does.
Hit me with a humor one from your humor category.
Yes. Okay, now let me be clear. I have reread all of these except for one, and I will continue to do so because these are comfort, guys. This is your comfort food, all right?
All right.
So, The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston.
Oh, that was a good one.
Love it. I would reread every single one of hers.
I
7
agree.
Year Slip.
7 Year Slip was fantastic.
So good.
It was so good.
Love it. Love them. Dead Romantics, hit me up every fall. Chef's Kiss.
Yes.
She's so good. I could read that and 7 Year Slip every fall. I love them.
So that's one that you'll bend your 5-year rule?
Yeah. Because it's like your favorite show.
Yeah.
It's like watching White Collar or watching the Gilmore Girls or watching, like you have your show.
Yeah.
And that book, that like audio, great. Book, great. I don't care how it comes. Just serve it up to me. I love it. It's one of those you could just listen to while you're cooking or you could read it. Yeah, it's good.
Hit me with another humor.
The Plight Before Christmas by Kate Stewart.
Oh, I listen to that every Christmas while I'm putting my holiday decor. I didn't think of that. I don't know why I didn't.
And my husband loves the audio of that. We listened to that while traveling and my husband loved it.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
I love that one, and I especially love putting the audiobook on while I'm putting my holiday decor up in my house. That's a good one. I can't believe I forgot that one. I have one that is angst. I'm going back to angst.
Okay, go back to angst.
Don't you have one more angst?
I have one more angst.
This one is The Silent Waters by Brittany Cherry.
Oh, that's good.
I've read this one a couple of times. After a tragedy strikes a young girl, she becomes a mute recluse, befriending her brother's best friend. And he is the only one that can break down her walls and shine light into her life. And it is an incredibly beautiful story. I've read it multiple times. I would reread it again. This is one that would make a great movie, too. It
would, because I literally, when you said it, was picturing the scenes in my mind, because that's the way my brain works.
Oh, it's so good.
So, yeah, that would be a good movie.
Don't
do it.
No, don't touch it. Give me your last angst.
Always You and Me by Danny Atkins. We just read this year. And the story, I would have loved for us to have been able to do a podcast episode of this story, but we already read, several books with dead spouses. When we found this story, we were like, maybe we shouldn't take the dead spouse trope again. This story is so good. I loved it. We listened to an audio. Both you and I had picked up the audio for this, and it is so good.
Yes, the narrator did a fantastic job. That's a good one. That's a good one. Awesome.
Round
Round us out with some more humor ones.
Okay, well, a couple that I like and make me laugh and feel good. Book Lovers by Emily Henry.
Oh, yes. I always forget how funny Emily Henry is until I'm reading her books, and she's so delightful.
She's so funny. I love it.
That's a good one.
I know. And this one I would reread again. I haven't, but I just read it last fall. Is If It Makes You Happy by Julia Olivia.
Oh, yes, that was 5-star for both of us.
So cozy.
That was in our top reads for 2024 and would definitely recommend. That's a good reread, especially every fall.
Yes, if you just need something cozy and...
Cozy's the perfect word for that story.
It's just a cozy.
Oh, feels great.
I love it.
We want to know, do you have any book recommendations that you feel like are worth rereading, or books that you like? What are your comfort reads? Ones that you've read multiple times or you feel are very solid and would recommend people reread? Hit us up on Instagram at Postbook Depression Podcast, on Facebook in our Postbook Depression discussion group. You can also email us at postbookdepressionpodcast@gmail.com.
Until next time, keep reading.